we opened the Korean Gauntlet for everybody who lives out of Korea as well. So if you are living in Australia and you're
nope, no hurricane in Korea right now.
Here. Oh, that's the US coast. No, that's not very close to Korea.
Nope.
In any case, we opened it up, and Major was one of the first guys to be there. So we said, okay, Major, you can start off the day. And the first game, who did he play? Man, he played against Stardust, and he later on played against Wangzin as well. And after that, he just made a bunch of Hellions and Banshees to destroy a lot of Zergs and get $75 per game. Man, this is the day of Major's life.
I tried to pull up a weather radar, but it only shows me America, so I can't tell you.
You know, there's this really cool website about earthquakes, which just has like a world map, and then like it blinks everywhere there's like an earthquake somewhere, and it also shows like how recent it was. It's very cool, because always I see on Twitter, it's like earthquake in California, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And then I check the earthquake map, and then I see it.
There was like a big earthquake while we were gone. How big was that earthquake? It wasn't that big, but it was big enough to cancel a bunch of flights, apparently. And then we came home to hear about it. I've experienced a couple earthquakes in my time since I've been here. The house shook a little bit, and I was just like, hey, I think that was an earthquake. And I came downstairs, and Kevin was like hiding under a table. He's like, did you hear that? Did you feel that? And I was like, what? I think the house is about to fall. And I was like, I don't think so, Kev.
Yes, the very first month we moved to California, I had no idea what happened. I come from Holland, man. The only thing we have to worry about is the water, since our country is basically below sea level. We don't have to worry about the earth shaking. That's new to me.
No earth shaking, no crocodiles.
No. Man, my country is so peaceful compared to the
like
wild, wild west.
You know, like radiation poisoning when you walk outside and stand in the sun?
No. Holland is a safe place compared to this, man. Anyways, guys, this is our seventh game of the night. This is NSP Rossi, a Korean Terran player who is going to play against Root for Root Major. Major who's doing nothing but fantastic today, and also just over the last 2-3 months played some really great StarCraft. Of course, had a good run in the TSL as well. Unfortunately, he lost pretty hard against Johnny Recco. Surprised a lot of people, but Johnny Recco is really one of the up-and-coming Zerg stars in Europe. Then again, there are not a lot of Zergs who are not up-and-coming these days, but Johnny Recco is really standing out.
I want to encourage everybody to participate in live report thread discussion over at Team Liquid. I love it when people post in threads and leave us feedback or talk about the games.
I really don't want to read any feedback of either yours or my commentating tonight.
Why, man? My commentary has been freaking awesome tonight. Best commentator on the planet today.
Nope.
I'm
ashamed. If I could turn off the camera, I would.
I'm firing on all 8 cylinders, Kev.
See Major having the refinery up and running already. Both players.
I'm a V8 caster.
The factory is a little bit quicker for Major than it was for Rossi. Other than that, both builds are very identical. Even though right now Rossi is adding a second refinery and Major is not yet.
That is correct. There is only one refinery in Major's base. And
yeah, truly amazing commentary today, Ben. You're really like setting yourself apart from the majority of the casters out there.
See, looks like Rossi's mining some minerals. Factory is finished. And that SCV goes back to work. Nope, actually it's just going to sit. Oh, nope, building something else, guys.
Starpit is going up for Rossi, but Starpit of Major is almost done already. Now it's safe to say that Major is not going for Cloak Banshees, as he didn't even drop the second refinery yet. For Rossi, that might be a little bit more likely, but there's not even a tech lab yet. How many Hellions are you going to? Is he going for elevator?
Play.
Okay,
8 Marines and 3 or 4 Hellions is what we're going to see out of Rossi.
But that's why everything was a little bit later for him.
Did he see up the ramp? That would be so key.
He saw the reactor.
He saw it, and that could be all the tell that Major needs. He knows this build. He knows how the timings work out.
And if I was Major,
make a Viking.
I'm very curious to see. I wouldn't say make a Viking, and that's not really going to help you a whole lot. If I were him, I would actually keep the Banshee for defensive purposes, unless he's super confident or he just goes across the map. But I actually think if Major would sit in his main base and use the Viking to defend, use the Banshee to defend, he's going to be able to shut this down pretty easily.
And makes a Viking.
After the Banshee.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, not before.
No,
you need the DPS of the Banshee.
Absolutely.
He's going to send the Banshee out, but I think that's...
with the Viking out on the map, you'll never be able to elevator up into the main. It'll just be impossible. Because
the Viking is going to be too late. Like that medevac is going to make a way across the map already. He's not going to shut it down.
Let's bet. I bet you the Viking's out before the medevac gets there.
Well, he might get there, but he won't get enough shots out to prevent those units from getting into the main base. That's my point.
I'll still bet.
Okay, you want to say no units enter the main base?
I want to say no units successfully unload in the main base.
What is a successful unload? You mean with parachutes and stuff? Or
Here comes Rossi.
Hellions are for Major a little bit out of position, gonna take quite a bit of damage over here.
It's a small problem, and I don't think he actually plans on unloading it.
Oh, the Viking is landing!
That's not where you want to be, Viking.
Yeah, great Viking, Ben.
Well, you know, like I said, nothing is going to unload in the main base. I was actually spot on with that analysis.
Yeah. You were, but we did not make a bet. But these Marines are a serious problem. Of course, we had that Banshee in the main base, but the Vikings shot
down
that one down as well. So Rossi is looking in really good shape right now.
Major is dead. That is actually GG. As the medevac is going to just sit here and heal all day long. SCVs eventually clean up the majority of that, but Major down to just 17 workers, and he might actually lose a couple more here. He does have that command center building, and Rossi still hasn't started his.
Oh, that medevac did fall, and that is true. Rossi is still on one base, but the best thing is for Rossi, cloaked Banshees are on the way, and that's something that really Major really can't be bothered to deal with right now.
That will be very tough to defend. I don't even think he has an eBay. Maybe with double orbital, he can muster up enough energy to scan. He lost his Viking, right?
Yes.
That's a real shame. That was the key.
Rossi still has his Viking alive in the main base, the Viking that dealt with the Banshee. Obviously, I want to show you guys the main fight, that's why I was not paying attention to the Banshee. I mean, I can show you guys 15 units fighting or one Banshee dying to a Viking.
That's right, folks. How dare you ask for more. Major's Hellions are going to come down into the match one. They're also not going to be very successful.
Not the best run by I've seen of today, but often Major's second run by is a lot better than his first.
That's very true.
So let's hope he just keeps that tradition alive. But the root for Root Terran is in some serious trouble right now, guys. Rossi might finally be the one to stop Rage's Reign of Doom, Reign of Terror. Nightmare Major. I don't know, man.
I have no idea where you're going with that one. Cloak Banshee does come over to the main. Scan goes down immediately, but there is no step.
So close, but not going to be good enough. He does have another scan, but he needs to get the Marines, of course, in position. And now he will get it. Scan! Come on, scan.
It's the worst job ever, chasing an invisible Banshee.
Yeah, it's like, one of us is going to die. Don't know who it is.
It's Russian roulette, man.
I mean, hey, if Major is able to drag this into the macro game, you never know. But he's still 6 workers behind. He's behind in everything. Rossi has Cloak, and that's such a nice upgrade. Not only to harass, but that's a nice upgrade throughout the course of the entire game. Don't fly him right into the visitor. Get one shot off.
Tanks are saying, why can't we shoot up?
Oh, tank!
Major, what are you doing? Kevin, officially, this is not Major playing this game. He won 6 games, and then he said, all right, little sister.
Yeah, Major took like 1 shot for every game, and by now he's like with his Trombero eating
He's like, okay, Juanita, you play for me.
With salsa chips, and he's like, man, I'm winning so much money today.
He's got like 1 hand on the mouse. He's not even using the keyboard.
Right now, Major is like, there are like 20 people watching behind him. He's like, yeah, I'm balling out of control. Like, you saw me taking out that Banshee. That was me again. Well, Rossi is making his way across the map, and now Major's going to spot his army. He's like,
oh, damn it.
How do you say, I don't know, like holy cow in Spanish? Hasta.
You say cowboy is vaquero.
Like that's something, like sort of like an, oh my. I have no idea.
Caballero?
Caballero. It's from
Chupacabra. That's what I would say. As Rossi again pushes forward, Major has, man, this is not the same Major that you were watching. He's being incredibly sloppy in all of his execution. But it doesn't matter. He still won a lot of games. He was qualified for the fan vote that we will be opening up after tonight's broadcast.
I mean, he got very unfortunate with the first Hellions being out of position. Well, he does try to make a final stand over here, but it's not going to be enough. Major will lose this game. You know, Ben, how sometimes in PvP, the first 2 shots already decide the outcome of a battle.
Yep.
I really feel that these 2 Hellions from Major taking damage over here decided the whole outcome of the way he was able to defend.
The entire game, really. Yep. And you also made a great point about the Banshee. Sending it across the map when you know that that kind of aggression is coming.
Yeah, I think he should have kept it in his base.
It's pretty suspect. He wouldn't have taken anything close to the damage that he did had the Banshee been in. But Rossi plays a great game, exploits some of the mistakes we saw from the great play of the Mexican Terran Major.
Maybe still tries to hang in there. He's like, all right, guys, give me that ball, though. I can do this. No, Major. Enough is enough.
SCVs versus tank. Power drills, unscrewing, like rapidly unscrewing the wheels that hold the tank.
And then the other guys push it over. They're like, power drill.
They unscrew the wheels and like forklift lift. And
the guy in the tank is like, man, these soldiers are really crazy.
It's like Saving Private Ryan, where they put bombs in their socks and just like strap it onto the side of the thing.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
That's what's happening right now. Major does eventually call GG, and Rossi is your NASL Gauntlet champion right now. The next match is going to be Rossi versus Vines. I think we said everything that we had to say about Rossi versus Major. Still, great run by Major. Congratulations to him. He won $450 today. That's not bad. That's a lot of
Not bad at all,
tequila.
man. That's more money than I made today.
Desperados, Sausalitos, tortilla chips with salsa dip. Man, Major has a good life.